Yeah, man, I'm doing this thing part time. Now I'm doing this thing all day. I'm putting the work. Look, no, I don't care what you think or say. I'm putting the work all day. I'm putting the work all day. Hello. Hi, MyGigsters. How are you doing? If you're listening for the first time, my name is Benjamin. I'm the CEO and founder of MyGigsters. Now, I'm going to take a minute just to make sure everybody can hear me and listen to this video. So I'm going to quick check my team if everything is good. Yes, all good now. So thank you so much for being today on this live session. And this is an exclusive session. So, what we're going to talk about is community and community updates. So, we've done a lot of things in the last 5 weeks, and I'm going to share this with you all. So, if you haven't signed up to this live stream now, you should sign up now because there's some surprise rewards. But if you are busy, okay, this is being recorded, you can always come back and watch it. For those who are watching us for the first time, what do you guys do? So, MyGigsters is a community for rideshare and delivery drivers. We have an amazing community and a software application that helps drivers who are in the rideshare and delivery business in Australia to earn more money and save more money and be safer on the road. We are a very passionate group of gig workers helping other gig workers and having a much more smarter gig economy. So stay tuned. The next 20 minutes is going to be a lot of updates from what's happening in the product space, what's happening in the community space, what's happening with MyGigsters, and there is some rewards and some surprises and lots of fun pack news. All right. So we're going to talk about four things today. So from the product side, what's been happening, Benji? We launched your app, what, 5 weeks ago, 40 days ago? What's happening with the app? Is people using it? Are people liking it? And what's the deal? And we're going to talk about community, which is close to my heart. And I'm going to share about the amazing people, not just in my team, but also in the community that supports or actually brings my Kicksters as one big family. The third thing, look, I don't want to make this very corporate, but I do. It's a startup that we run, but I wanted to share what's happening on the business front of sites, talking about the partnerships that we are bringing on to the table, so that gig workers like you and me are able to benefit out of that, and also the plan for 2021. So let's straight away dive into the product. So the product got launched in 17th of August 2021, which is 40 days back, right? Almost 42 days back. Now, if you haven't downloaded the application, do yourself a favor, go on to the App Store or Google Play Store. It's a free app. And you can just hit My Kicksters and you can download the app and start using it. It's pretty much free. Anyway, so 40 days back, we launched the app to our community of drivers, and we're getting phenomenal response for the last 40 weeks, 40 days. So what has that been? First, 250% user growth in 40 days. Now, it's not 250 users, it's 250% growth in users. We were blown away by the amount of support that rideshare and delivery gig workers gave to us, to the community, and this app. Now, like be honest, right? This app is brand new. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, and it's yet to become awesome, in my opinion. But thank you so much for listeners out there, for our community members, for our users, for our alpha innovators, everyone who took up the chance to try it out, download it, trust on us, and trust on this app and use it. So it's been phenomenal. Every single day, we get tens and tens of people downloading the app and sharing some amazing feedback. So thank you so much. And really, really thank you for being part of this amazing journey with us. And now this is just the start. Trust me, 250% is going to blow off in the next month. So I'm so excited to share what's happening and what's going to happen in the coming weeks. The next thing is we have been getting lots of good feedback. So for the users who are given this feedback, really thank you so much. We can't appreciate you enough, because this is built for you. This is built for the rideshare and delivery driver in Australia who is struggling to maximize their earnings, save their money on taxes, who's bloody working on three different apps and making out a living. And these people who are giving us the feedback enables us to validate it. It enables us to actually get more confident, enable us to actually do this out of great joy and great energy. And so for those who have given this amazing feedback, both on the Apple Store and all to us personally, really appreciate. Thank you so much. And keep pouring this blessings and love, because the team gets really pumped up when they hear this. Now that's definitely lots of good news and lots of love coming from the community. But I wanted to also show that this is an app, and how does the app has progressed in the last. Oh, where is that? Yeah. We sorry. Okay. So I jumped a few slides. A couple of big highlights is we didn't just release the app and then we sat and did nothing. We actually went and actually did four more updates to the app. So we moved from version 2.1 to 2.4. I think in the iOS it'll be 2.3 is just the numbering, but we actually did four releases for iOS and Android, and those releases had a bit more features and they fixed a few issues. And what I mean to say is we are committed to building and improving and making sure you as the user get the most up-to-date software, but also get more better experience and more improved experience for your gig work every day. And that has been like four releases in 40 days. So pretty much every single week, the team has been working really hard to pushing out every single update. So if you're not using an updated application at the moment, please go to the App Store or the Play Store and then just update it. It would have fixed a number of these bugs, and sign out and sign in. Good. Um, like I told you at the start, the app is brand new, right? It's out made up of love and lots of people contributing, the entire community building it, but it's also not perfect at this stage. It does have some issues and some bugs. Now we identified 8 bugs, especially around the sign up, especially around the mileage tracking with the permissions, because some people don't trust in the app, so they kind of deny all the permissions and then they go a longer way around to actually enable that. So kind of mileage tracker was the a bug, and we identified a few other bugs in the system. Good news is all of these bugs have been resolved with the latest update. There are a few that needs to be improved, which will be improved in the next update. So 8 bugs was identified and they were pretty much killed in the last 40 days. Overall growth rate in the application is over 21%. So every single week we are getting over 21% increase in user growth. So thank you so much again. And that's kind of the highlights of the product. Now, I told you from the very beginning in the previous launch, this is all about community. It's all about the gig workers community. And we had an amazing group of bug hunters in our Facebook group and in our community. They went above and beyond to actually test the application, being patient, being very supportive in actually contributing to the development of the app. And those are my exclusive bug hunters. Um, got Scott, Sal, and Peter. They've been constantly testing the app, not just as a user, but also being patient and being supportive and telling us, oh, Benji, there is something that's not working, and that one should be working in a different way. Benji, that one should be not working this way. And look, they were been all of the users have been patient, but thank you so much for these four amazing people who contributed to the top four bug hunters. So I call them bug hunters because they actually found the bug. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for the rest of the community to also be so supportive. All right, the next one is new features. So what's coming up next? So next coming features are very exclusive. It's just going to help people who are in the rideshare and delivery space even more. And we know most of the drivers are using our application for mileage tracking. And in mileage tracking, there is more we could do. We're just doing auto mileage tracking at this stage, so we wanted to enhance it, make it even more appealing so that you could save more money. We also wanted to make sure all drivers are safe, and that's been our core value. We wanted to make sure all drivers on the road are having a safe day at work, and they're able to access emergency response. They're able to, alert someone who when they are unsafe, and those are the features that we wanted to release. So let me give you a quick rundown. First feature is an SOS button. So there'll be a brand new sensor that we will release, and this will be released for a selected few drivers for testing stage right now, but later on we will release it for all the other drivers. This is a very small discrete button that just looks like this, and you can put it in behind your seat belt or behind your helmet, behind your um, steering wheel. And this emergency Bluetooth enabled sensor has a small button, and if you just tap that button, you can either double tap or triple tap. When you tap that button, two different action happens. If you double tap, you can send an SMS to three defined emergency contact, and if you triple tap, you can even trigger a call to someone you know. It could be a friend or your loved one, your partner at home, your brother, your friend, your mate, who could reach out to you in an emergency. You could easily connect with them in an event of an emergency. Now this could be customer abuse, an accident that you are unable to move. It could be physical abuse, whatever the unsafe scenario is. Hopefully this SOS button will trigger what's going to happen. There's more to the sensor coming up, but those are the first few features. When you touch this button, automatically the geolocation of your incident will be tagged, which will also go into your incident recording as an evidence as a record for you for future purposes. Now, this is not shared with anyone else in the platform. It's not shared with anybody else outside the platform. It is your information. It is your emergency contact. All right, the next feature is a smart logbook. Now, personally, I've been waiting for this feature. I'll tell you why. Because I don't know if you know, we've been having this conversation in the community lately. There are three ways you can actually claim your tax back, which is one, kind of if you've driven for 5,000 kilometers, you get 72 cents per kilometer for the first 5,000 business kilometers. And that's kind of an assumption, and you get that tax money back. Um, or you choose a cost based methodology, which is you kind of a detailed log of all the costs related to your vehicle, and then you can claim it back from tax, ATO. Or you could create a 12-week logbook, which is kind of popular, or many of the drivers who've been in this business would know. Maintaining a 12-week logbook is a nightmare. Now, manually, nobody goes and buys a book these days and writes. There's only a few people. I know a few people in my community. They are very disciplined to go do that. Hats off to them. But majority, including me, I've never attempted to have a 12-week logbook because it's so hard and painful to maintain it. How about we automate that? So we decided to automate the entire 12-week logbook into the app by integrating it with the earnings and mileage tracker. So what does this do as a driver? So if you're a driver and if you don't have a logbook, you can simply start recording a 12-week digital logbook just on the app using our mileage tracker and an integrated earnings feed. And then automatically it creates this 12-week logbook for you. And if you miss it, or if you're about to miss it, it'll remind you, and so that you can get that 12 weeks book ready, and you will now have a logbook based mileage tax deduction. Now, if you do this right, trust me, you will get at least 30% more in tax deduction compared to other other estimation techniques, or even the one that I mentioned earlier. So this one will enable you to get maximum tax reduction as much as possible. And I'm talking about a few $1,000s. So smart logbook is a feature that will be launched in the next few weeks. So stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on it. All right, the third feature is advanced insights. So we told our gig workers right from the start, it's not just an app to just get income and expense and mileage. Yes, that's fun, but we wanted to make it even more fun and even more valuable. So in the coming weeks, we'll be launching comparative analytics. to show you how you're earning as compared to other gig worker in the community in the same platform, how you're earning against the general population in Australia, maybe in your city, maybe in Victoria or in Melbourne. How are you spending against the general population? Now, this is mainly because most of these gig workers work on an uncertain income format. So some days are good and some days are bad. You There is a thin line between your profession and business. You know, it's kind of not a 9 to 5 job. You work when you want. So you need this kind of information to help you understand how best are you positioned financially, especially during these uncertain times. And hopefully this insight will give you those information for you to know how are your spending habits, how much are you earning in Uber versus DoorDash. Is maybe Uber paying you better, or DoorDash is paying you better on a Thursday? All of that insights will be given to you very shortly. All right. The next is community. We spoke about the product. Community is the next big thing. Now, the team has put forth a very good video to showcase the why we love community and the passion behind this community. So I'm going to go ahead and just play this video for you.
Hey, gig workers. Yeah, we're talking to all of you amazing rideshare and food delivery drivers. A huge thank you for being the frontline task force during COVID-19. We're so grateful for all the safe deliveries and ride shares for the community. Data suggests that gig workers face over 100 accidents and unsafe encounters every year, from verbal and physical abuse to theft and even robbery. Last year, 6 of our fellow delivery drivers passed away due to unsafe circumstances. But it's time to change this. We need a safe way to gig work. We drive countless hours and hundreds of kilometers every day in the maze of gig work. Some days are good and some are bad. This uncertain work often pushes us to work more hours to put food on the table. It's time to change this. We need access to financially secure gig work. With many gig workers often getting less than 10 seconds to accept an order, you've been trapped in the false promise of so-called flexibility offered by many gig platforms. You've been deactivated without warning or reason. You've always had your rating determine your earnings for that week. Without knowing the possible dangers of this work, your lack of awareness has been putting you at risk of becoming a victim. It's time to change this. We need a collective voice and a sense of belonging. We believe in Helen Keller's words, "Alone we can do so little, and together we can do so much."
All right. Hope you like that video, and it brings a um, very important aspect of community. Now, number of the gig workers out there are lost. They don't have access to trusted information. They don't have access to a safe and supportive community. They don't have access to tools that will help them to maximize their earnings. And it's very unfortunate that, yes, there are some groups that are trying to help gig workers, represent in the government and enable change in legislation, enable change in how gig workers are identified and treated. But I think the essence is gig workers here needs to be taken care, and they need to be protected, they need to be supported. And one of the best and easiest way to do that is actually by bringing them together in a safe and a very supportive way. And that's what I truly believe that my Geeksters should be able to achieve. And my Geeksters should be able to create that community where gig workers can come and connect and just learn, share experiences, and just be part of the community. Very important. All right, community numbers. I love numbers. I'm going to share some numbers. So we have over 670 people now who love us. Now, who when I say love us, because they like and follow us on our stream, and this has been a 200% improvement in the last 60 days. So thank you so much for the love again. My amazing Geeksters in a private community. So those who don't know, we have a private community in Facebook, which has an amazing few, which is not few anymore, which is 365 members in the community. So community Geeksters are growing at a rate of over 10%. So thank you so much. This group is actually the powerhouse of the gig platform in a way, and everything that happens in my Geeksters and the community supports it. So kudos to all the members in that community. Our podcast listeners, wow, I can't. It, we just crossed over 600 listeners in the podcast, and we just launched the podcast in what, in Feb. We have over 17 episodes so far, and we'll be getting phenomenal response on our podcast episodes. So for those who have not learned the podcast, it's easy. You can just, if you have an Spotify account or podcast account or anything, go and type in my Kicksters and you'll find the podcast. This is an exclusive podcast for rideshare and delivery drivers in Australia, and it's a very small 15-20 minute podcast where we share a lot about how to maximize your earnings, news from the regulator, some tips and hacks, some industry updates, and a few other things. So if you haven't listened to one of it, I definitely would encourage you to listen, especially the latest one, which is financial resilience. So that's a bit about the community. We have been getting phenomenal response and growth. Thank you so much. And this tells us that what we are doing is in the right direction, and that's what it is. Now, we had our first campaign last month, which was called the screen share campaign, which is pretty much, you take a screenshot of your home screen of the application and you post it in the group, and a lucky winner will be rewarded. Scott became the prize winner, and he won a cash reward of $50. We had lots of people who had put their screenshots and sent to us, DM'd us and stuff, but we can only award one person. So Scott took away the prize for September, but we will have one more coming soon. So if you failed, if you didn't participate in the last one, you now can participate again. If you have participated before, this is another chance, but this time you're planning to make it even more exciting and even more rewarding. So I can't tell you what it is right now, but I can tell you it'll be even more rewarding. So stay tuned, watch the feed, watch the space. The team will be publishing another screen share campaign very soon. Scott, thank you, and congratulations. The next thing is, this is my personal favorite, a valuable community. So what is a valuable community? If you want to provide value to a community, you need two things: you need valuable members and you need valuable information. Now, Benjamin, myself, and my team, which is also amazing, and they are all highly energetic, but we cannot build this amazing community. We need valuable members like you and everybody else with valuable information. When I say valuable information, it's information that people can learn, trust, and actually get some benefit out of it. Not all the scammy post and you could earn Bitcoin and all of that stuff. All of that, it won't help. So it's valuable information delivered through rideshare and delivery drivers by valuable people, which is the community members. Now, I have been in other Facebook groups, not as a comparative. Don't get me wrong when I say this, but some groups are just about venting. It's all about venting against the platforms and the entire gig economy, which in many cases are true and sad, and I understand that. But um, I and many of our community members agree that we have chosen to do this work. We need to be smart and safe around doing this work, and that's the information I'm talking about. Talking about valuable members, we've got three active Gigsters this month. So Riz is no stranger to my Gigsters. He's been a phenomenal supporter for us for months now. And Scott, I don't know, Scott has become very popular in the last 2 months, I should say. So he's become the most active Gigster also on the platform. And Sal is also no stranger. He's been on the podcast. He's shared a story. And those three are the top three active Gigsters. Now, for others, don't get don't get annoyed, but these are the top three. You're also active. It's just that these three amazing Gigsters, were actually on the top three of the list. So thank you so much, Riz, Scott, and Sal, for being the most active Gigsters on the platform. You have consistently provided feedback, information, actively participated in conversations. You've engaged with the content that been shared. You have shared content. So we love more of that, and we love more people to do that, because, as I said, valuable members, valuable information leads to valuable community. Um, so, what do we do for this active geeksters? We need to gift them. We need to reward them for being active, right? So for these users, we have decided to reward them $30 each for being the most active geeksters this month. So congratulations, Riz, Scott, and Sal. If you're not watching this video, you will watch this video soon. But the team will reach out to you individually, and you will get your reward from the group. So thank you so much. Really appreciate. Continue having fun. Continue sharing and supporting other members in the community. Next time, we will make sure there's another active Gigster on the top. So it's going to be very competitive. So thank you so much. All right. I told about the next part, which is more valuable content. Now, just in the month of August to September, which is the last 40 days, we had over 38% increase in post. Another 16 and 8% increase in the number of reaction and comments, and that's really good. That's a really good growth in number of engagement with the community members. So what I'm going to ask is very simple. Just participate more. The more you share, the more you connect, the more you learn, the more the community will get better. The more the community will get better, the more stronger and a safer and a smarter gig workforce will become. And hey, hold on, the whole community is free. I don't think Facebook charges for you to join this community, so neither do I. So just feel free to jump on and simply share your experiences, the tips, the hacks, the lessons, the stories that you've heard, you've experienced, just with others. There's so many out there in the community need such kind of motivation, such engagement to them in order to be smarter and safer. New launch of this series. We've got Humans in Gig Work. The first launch has been done. Shiva has written a story, and we've shared Shiva's story on our community and our social feed. So if you haven't read this, go and read Shiva's story. I'll put the link also in the video description later. But you will find more of these stories coming soon. If you are one of those gig workers who wants to share your story, it doesn't need to be like a Superman story, right? But it could be any story that you like to share as a gig worker. It could be a day in a gig work, or your life in general, or why you choose to come into gig work. You could simply connect us with the team at hello@mygigsters.com.au, or just simply connect us on the Facebook itself, and we will cover your story, and really wanted to show the humans behind the gig workforce. So thank you, Shiva, for being our first poster child, and really wish for others to come forward and share the story. So, final ask, very simple. If you're listening for this video for the first time, and if you're watching us for the first time, please join this amazing community. This community is super power packed with amazing people in it, experts in it, people who have driven for over 6 years, people who have just started, and this amazing collection of people who are ready to help and be supportive. So, join and be part of this community. My Geeksters business updates. I promise you it won't take them more than 3 minutes, but it's the business side of things that I want to quickly share with you. First thing, we've got a new partner on board, which is called Livestream. Imagine if you're in a position where you're unsafe and you've been under an attack, or you wanted to reach out to someone in an accident, an emergency. You don't know who to call, or you don't know what to say. You don't have the right information. Let's say it's not emergency and you don't know if it's emergency or not, whatever that case could be, right? Y- you need access to some emergency support. So we are partnered with a company called as Livestream is Australia's leading emergency response support, and Livestream is ready for providing a free access to all MyGigsters community members to their powerful app. They have an app. It's very simple. In the app, they get instant access to emergency support using a voice chat with an emergency. Let's say it's kind of calling emergency support on a FaceTime and really sharing what's happening at the stage, and getting CCTV recordings, and getting instant awareness about your environment, your surrounding, your geolocation, and they will be able to connect with emergency services if needed, ambulance or fire or whoever it could be, and you will get the support on demand anytime and anywhere. This application it's for others, it's paid, but for MyGigsters it's free. Yes, you heard it right, it's free. So all you need to do is you have to head on to livestream dot mygigsters.com.au, and then in the site you have the free code for MyGigsters community members. Just copy that code, go download the application and enter the code, and you will get free access into this application and use it. And if you want to share some feedback, don't worry, share it to us and we will share it with the live stream team. So this will surely help you in any event that is unsafe or uncertain, or anything emergency that you need required to. So anywhere and anytime. Thank you, Livestream, for sponsoring and also making sure gig workers are also safe on the road. So go and check them out. Next thing, tax. We posted this on our feed lately. My Gigsters community has been given free access. This event is being run by Cover Hero and PwC Australia, which is a tax. They're going to talk about all things about tax for gig workers, how to get maximum tax benefit, how to save money, how to plan for taxes, what is GST, what are the basics, and how to prepare your GST and all of that stuff. So, if for those gig workers who are either new or who are struggling and you want to find out how to better maximize tax reduction, this webinar is a must for you. So I can't encourage you enough to go and attend this. So please go attend this. For my Gigsters community alone, we've got free deal to this webinar. I think this webinar is around $20 if you want to go without my Gigsters. But why would you do it? We got it for free. Again, we'll share the link very soon, or head on to our community feed in a Facebook group. You'll find the link. Just go and just click, and that link will give you free access to the webinar. But you got to register, and when you register, you can say your MyGigsters, and you'll get free access. So go and get that information, be informed, and take informed decisions. Good news. MyGigsters have earned its first revenue. And now this is a kind of a very business update, but I wanted to also share with the community. One of the users came and asked me, Benji, where do you get the money to actually build this and support this app? And you're offering all this for free to gig workers. So where are you actually? Who's paying you? Unless you're already having lots of money. I don't have lots of money. In fact, I'm the most poorest person in the room. But we've been supported by partners, regulators, and industry leaders, others, and we are trying to earn some money to help us build and support this community. So the good news is we have earned our first revenue. It's not a lot of revenue, but it's still a good news. Someone is ready to pay, believing in our vision, believing in our cause, and believing in the community. So I think this sign is a good sign, and it contributes to everyone who is in the community. So thank you so much. Wow, one more earning opportunity. There's lots of earning opportunity. My God, my Gigsters can earn $300 more. So this is very specific to Melbourne-based a rideshare driver. So if you're a Melbourne-based rideshare driver, if you're registered CPV driver in Melbourne and have been vaccinated, um, if you like to encourage others to also to get vaccinated, it's completely in your discretion. If you want, CPVV is announced a campaign to promote vaccination for the driver community. And if you participate in the campaign, it's more like you need to be on a video, which is cool, and with your car, which is also pretty cool. And they will pay you for being present and being participate, for being in that video. So very simple. Head on to contact at cpv.week.gov.au, and in that, just write your referred from MyGigsters. If you want more information, head on to the community feed and you'll see a post on this, and then you'll get more information on that. Now, trust me, $300 minimum. It's good money. And I think every hour they will pay you $100, so it's approximately 3 hours. So that's $300. So if you are a Melbourne-based CPV driver who's vaccinated and who's wanted to encourage others to get vaccinated, this is a sweet deal. Don't worry about anything. It doesn't matter how you look, how tall you are, how fair you are, whether you talk in whatever language it is. It doesn't matter. If you're interested, just write out to contact at cpvweek.co.au and just say my Geeksters referred you. Last, it's my personal update, and I've been really busy, and the team has been supporting me because I had a newborn baby, and Ayan is my second newborn. He was he was born last Wednesday, and today is his seventh day, and this is a new gigster in the room. So stay. We want to make sure. No, we want to close this session with a very good update. We're all humans. We all live in this world with families to support, and I have to support my family. You have to support your family, and the work that we do on the road means a lot to us and to our family. We put food on the table, and we are paying our bills. So I want you to strongly take this message and go forward and be more safer. And so that, for that reason, for being more safer, I've launched an exclusively new month in October called Safety Month for Gigsters. So the entire month of October, starting from the 1st, will have some exclusive content for safety. We will talk about, we will have some podcast episodes, we will have some rewards, some campaigns, some articles, some videos, hell a lot of content, and hell a lot of activity will happen in October for both rideshare and delivery drivers who are working on this platform. The message is very simple, guys, and everyone. Sorry, guys and girls. The message is very simple. It's all for safety. We need to go home safe, and we deserve to be safe at work, and we deserve to be in a safer environment. So that's the message, and that's what we're going to focus on October. With that, I'm going to simply go and say thank you so much for tuning into this live session. We're going to do another live session next month, which kind of uses very much the same style of updates and much more exciting news. Quick wrap up. If you haven't checked us out, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. If you haven't downloaded the app, go ahead and download it. It's free. Give it a shot. And if you have any feedback, suggestion, just write to us, contact us, and we will help you go through it. For my amazing fellows and geeksters in the community, I can't say thank you more, but thank you again for being such an amazing pool of people who are ready to help and be supportive. So for the others who haven't joined this community, please come and join. I'm sure you will have some amazing experience with the other geeksters on board. With that, I'm going to say bye bye and take care, and I will see you very soon. Bye.